Hey, Jules, blessed vegan, and welcome to day 41 of our 100-day countdown to the best version of ourselves in the new year. I totally smacked my chin. You're the first people I'm telling. Hilarious. It was like death by smoothie. I smacked it on the straw. It's like all swollen. Oh my goodness. This is how I roll, man. I get out of I should say too into my head, really, but I just start injuring myself when I don't even know. Usually it's a transition of some sort coming, but whatever the case is, I'll start falling, I'll start, spraining wrists, getting small cuts on my fingers, smacking my chin on a smoothie straw, like I'm just not present. This is where I'm going. I don't know why. My horse died. Yeah, I was stressed out at school. Yes, it's Thanksgiving break and I have no sense of all that's required of me before I go back. Like, there's some stuff like that. We already got a new horse. I wasn't ready yet. All this kind of stuff. But whatever it is, I just need to be present. Oh, I want to be present in my body, in my mind. My husband's just like, oh, great, Juliana. Here we go again. You're injuring yourself. What is up? I don't know what's up, Sometimes I don't always have the answers. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you. I've been watching this series called iThrive with a guy named John McMahon who weighed like 312 pounds. And he decided to go on a quest despite his doctor's, advice and figure out how to get past diabetes and neuropathy and all the problems that come with it. And praise God, he was successful. So now he's in great shape. And it resulted in a 9-part miniseries, which he's promoting. But he has a bunch of different speakers on there. And I'm always happy for speakers and wellness and learning, but I'm not good for doomsday. Like some of these speakers, they just present the problem with no possibility of a solution. Like this one guy was saying, every single problem we have right now, from Alzheimer's to diabetes to our little kids with, what's it called when those little kids are struggling, can't talk and freak out? Autism, thank you very much. Autism, brain fog, perfect example of that. That everything comes down to 3 toxins in our world right now. One of them is mercury, not even from fish, but the mercury in fillings that is always emitting poison and affecting our hypothalamus, which is a major part of our brain. And then the other one was lead. Again, not lead poisoning in water or even in old china, but lead. Check this one out. From the mother, who inevitably loses bone during pregnancy, actually transferring the lead in utero to the child. So like we're already screwed before we're even born. Give me a break. Like that one really upset me. And then the biggest one of all time, which he just sees as pandemic, is that darn Roundup poisoner that they put on every single thing from Monsanto or whoever they are, and how they're just absolutely poisoning us, and that's leading to all the problems like leaky gut and just all of that. And it was so huge. And I was like, dude, I appreciate your insights and even all of your proof, but what am I supposed to do with that? Like, I'm a God person. I have to trust that God has a plan. I know that you could study your entire life, one element of the human body, just the eye, just the ear, just the tongue, one element for your entire career, all 40 years of your career, and you still wouldn't know everything about it. That's how phenomenal the body is. So I know that our body is, trying to adjust and adapt and be ready to be healed, as quickly as we lend it that. And I just have to trust that, because why else am I even doing any of this? I might as well just stay 300 and something pounds, right? I mean, I can do my part. I can filter my water. I can, choose organic whenever I can afford to. I can stay off of cooked foods, as much as possible. But don't be telling me about these gigantic things that I can't even influence and that I'm just screwed. I can't even stand the idea of that. So luckily, the same guy at some point kind of turned it around and said, basically, to change things. And again, this was the doctor. The speaker, this John McMahon guy, was saying, well, what can I do? Which I was saying the same thing. I'm like, yeah, dude, what can I do? So he said, first of all, make a choice for change, which of course he's doing and which I've already done. Then be willing to do whatever it takes. So most of my actions suggest that, though, like I said, I slipped the other day, but most of my actions suggest that. And then it was like, you need to know what the cause is. Those were when his things got way too big and cellular level and blah, blah, blah. But when I was thinking about my kidneys, I wanted to know right away what the cause was for my kidneys failing. And the biggest thing was the medication I was taking, and what I had no idea of at the time was that whenever I took Motrin, it was doubling the toxicity on my organs. It was literally doubling the toxicity of my medication. I never would have been taking Motrin if I knew that. So what was the cause of my kidneys? And then the other part was remove it. Remove the problem. So I did. I got off of all medications, of like every single medication. Don't even take aspirin or anything, even now. And if I'm hurting, I simply do ice pack or heating pad, pretty much. I just got off of everything. And I just trusted that God would just have to help me. And he has. He really has. So I can appreciate that, where there's tangible steps. So right now, what's the cause of my obesity? Of course, the horrific food-like products that I was consuming, the quantity that I was consuming. What else about it? Quantity, food-like products, sugar, crazy amounts of sugar. Luckily, I got off of like soda and stuff over 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago. So that was a blessing. I've pretty much just been a water and a herbal tea girl for 30 years. But so what? I more than made up for it with all the rest. Got off of dairy, praise God. Meat, I barely did, but I'm off of meat. So I know that those were all the cause of a lot of the problems that I'm having, and certainly my obesity. Was I willing to do anything that it takes? Pretty much. And am I seeing results? I'm starting to see results. So I'm glad for that. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. First of all, don't present things to me that don't have a solution, because I'll lose my mind. And second, if there's steps I can take, I'll take them. So what about you? Is that where you're at too? Where you want to actually be able to resolve a solution? Are you okay in sitting in helplessness? I'd be interested to hear that. All right. Anyway, if you like the video, like. If you want to join us, please subscribe. Put your messages down below. I would love to respond to anyone. If anyone's out there, hello. And as we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, I still have a plan for wellness. All right. So peace be with you. And until we talk again, be blessed.